All right. Yep. I'm letting the shiner shine. I'm tired of wearing sunglasses in the house. Don't ask how I got this. But anyways, I'm not here to talk about that. I'm here to talk about all these darn deep fakes of Donald Trump getting arrested and how absolutely annoying and impossible the political space is to maneuver in the United States of America. And we're all laughing, yucking it up, and arguing with each other like a bunch of drunken hillbillies or something like that. But to be honest with you, as we see Russia, as we see Putin, and we see Jinping standing side by side, proudly uniting forces and silent about their plans, while America, by its darned self, cannot get its act together remotely, you just have to ask yourself, man, what is going to come after this? And let me tell you, let me give you a little inkling. I feel like Americans, I'm trying very hard to be selective with what I'm about to say, but I think that they're going crazy, like crazier than we've already been, crazier than we've anticipated, crazier than we believe that it's going to be. And it's being plucked at and exacerbated by outside forces, right? I mean, Sun Tzu, The Art of War, win without fighting. And when your enemy is making mistakes, don't interrupt them. That's exactly what's happening here. Every day, and it has to stop from the social media. We have to, but this is an ideological war, right? Check this out. These are two countries that have extreme restrictions on everything in their country, right? But specifically social media. I want to talk about that. Americans, we believe in freedom to choose and freedom to be who you are, which is awesome. I support that. But a lot of people given the choice are going to be bad, not great people, right? That's fair. That's what is the give or take with freedom. And we have laws and systems structured in order to keep those people in their proper position, right? But just because we have the freedom to partake in all the social media consumption that we do doesn't mean that we have the appropriate tools to rationalize our way through it. And that's what's happening. Even the most rational people online, denying their emotions, are going through these conversations, destroying the morale of the United States. Utterly, it's destroyed. We feel no sense of pride or nationalism or responsibility for our brothers and sisters, our neighbors. And it's not something that's going to be able to change overnight. And it's honestly not as bad as it's going to get, because more and more every day, people in my own personal life, externally meaning like random people, like my neighbors and things like that, or internally like my actual loved ones, it's becoming so hard to manage these relationships because of how individualized people are and how caught up in our own things, right? That we are. You know, I've got my YouTube channel, I've got music, I've got plenty of things that I do, right? I'm strategizing how to better myself and develop my crafts and things like that. It's awesome, as we all should. But this individualized way of going through life, it's got pros and it's got definite cons to it. And I'm trying to find how to articulate fully what I mean. Of course, everybody has this extreme main character syndrome that I even myself have to get over, because this is poison. We have been poisoned mentally, and they're not making it easy to get out of that. Oh well, like, you know, like I'm saying that it's obvious that our enemies, the people who want you to fail, are not going to make it easy for you to overcome them. And America, even the people who are trying to outsmart that, right, including myself, are thinking about it like, we need these group of people, we need this group of people and stuff like that so we can outsmart ourselves, right? Like sacrificing people on the left, right? Like how the right conservatives are constantly talking about how degenerate the left is, these liberals and things like that, and mentally ill. And that is all true. But they're also numbers. They're also Americans. They're also humans. And let's go back to Americans because I kind of put that in the wrong order. But when we lose them, we're not replacing them with a better quality human. We're just losing an American. And we've been losing Americans to themselves, suicide, everything, anything. And the ones that we do have here are so scared of everything, everyone, so misanthropic that we are divided. Now, China, the exact antithesis of everything that I've described, totally squashes individualism, right? And we don't like that. I like to be who I am. But would I sacrifice a little bit of my individuality to know that the longevity of United States will continue on? Yes. And that's the question, that's the conversation that we have to have with ourselves. And there are some people here who would rather see libertarians, who would rather see the entire world burn and fall under the owner. I'm trying to say it like this. You don't have the choice between liberty and death anymore, right? There's going to be one day where a person locks you in a cage with no weapons, nothing, but the clothes that may or may not be on your back and shackles. And you're going to sit there and say, well, guess what? I'll show them. I'm just not going to eat. I'm just not going to breathe. And you know what they're going to do to you? They're going to inject you with nutrients to keep you alive. They're going to put oxygen into your brain and into your body so that you have no choice but to breathe. And they're going to continually keep you alive past your own willpower. How does that sound to you libertarians? Remember, what you're not willing to give up today, whatever it is, whatever inch you're not willing to compromise today and say, give me liberty or give me death, there's a secret third option. It's called slavery. And I can't say that we're close to being slaves to China, but think about what's happening. And there will be no announcement until we are too weak to have anything, to do anything about it. We might already be there. So I'm trying to make this video to urge you guys to at least think about the things that I'm saying. I'm voting for Ron DeSantis. I don't care about Donald Trump. I don't want him to be arrested or indicted or anything like that. I don't like Joe Biden, all right? I don't like the way that Democrats behave. I don't like the way that a lot of conservatives behave. Definitely don't like libertarians. I think they're naive and immature. But I'm saying all this to say that if we don't find something common to get past all this stupid stuff that's valid, it's valid, but there are literally bigger fish to fry right now. And we have to get over ourselves. What's it going to take, dude? The last time that the United States of America got together in that way would have been when the Twin Towers fell, right? That was an unsophisticated attack from an unsophisticated enemy. We're talking about dealing with enemies, the likes of which sophistication we don't even know the extent of. And we don't know how much they know about us. Maybe some of our politicians do, but they don't care. The ones that do are the ones that are in bed with them and selling America to China. So I'm saying all this to say that I see people who are happy that Donald Trump's getting arrested, people who aren't. All the deep fakes are making people literally lose their minds. And it just really stuck out to me. And I'm saying, one, it's going to get worse. Two, I don't know if the average American is willing to I don't even know if they see or understand what's going on around them. But even if they did see or understand what's going on around, I don't know if they're willing to make the choice, the sacrifice of whatever you have in yourself to compromise to hold our country together. And we can say everything we want to about socialist and communist societies, but that uniformity gets them past these types of struggles. The fact that they don't choose their elected leaders means that they don't waste as much time arguing over those kind of things. I had a conversation with one of my coworkers back in 2019, arguing with them about how I would rather live in a benevolent dictatorship than a place, if it's perfect, than an imperfect world where I got to exercise every freedom that I wanted to. Because I'm a populist nationalist, and I say this many times to let you guys know I'm not a conservative and I'm not a liberal. So maybe this is why I think this way. I think about the population and I think about our country. And am I willing to sacrifice some of what I have to make it so that we can solidify and galvanize what we have as a country? Of course I am. Because if we lose the country, then my personal freedoms are kaput. Libertarians, conservatives, liberals, my gender, whatever is kaput. If China takes over, do you think that trans people will have rights anymore? Right to do what they want to do? Huh? Do you think that 2A people will have the rights that they do? Huh? So if you guys both, if you want the right to mutilate your genitalia and you want your right to own a weapon, guess what? There's one common enemy that wants to take both of those rights away from you. But we're so focused on the infighting that we're not paying attention to this very important fact. That's one shortcoming of free society that I definitely recognize. And I thank my stars that I live in a free society where I can freely speak about these kind of things. But how much longer is that going to last, man, if we just keep auto-filleting ourselves in this way? Thinking that it's a game, this argument, this, Trump, Biden, oranges in the chat. Hey, you guys are stupid. Republicans are stupid. Democrats are stupid. How much longer are we going to have a country to fight over if we continue to do this? That's where I'll end this video.